Hello dear friends of the Yarnchix podcast. Today I am recording a little Yarnchix news, which is a separate and smaller little vlog I share here regularly. It's often when I have things to catch up on or special occasions like today's Yarnchix giveaway. My name is Mimi. I live and knit and work in a wool shop here in Berlin. And I'm a mother of 3, I mend a lot, I make toys, and I'm super into summer knitting. So that is why I host the Linomukakal knit along for the Linomukakal yarn that we sell at Wollen, where I also work. And I popped on here today to share the giveaway winner and some news about what's coming to my page, to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna share a little swatch story, and maybe you've got some time to knit with me. I'm drinking a black coffee with a bit of maple syrup. I hope you've got a little drink, and I'm gonna make a little intro for you to get time to grab that drink if you haven't got it near yet. Welcome you here, and I hope you have a moment to spend with me on this Sunday. It is the 23rd of May, so in 2 days the Linomukakal knit along starts, and so you still have time to ask any questions. Obviously it's not like there's no pressure, you don't have to cast on that day, or if you've already got a whip, yes, this is the chance to get it out of that basket and keep going. We start on the 25th of May and we knit until round about the 1st of September, I think. Last year I managed to finish 3 items, one of which I'm wearing. This, oh hang on, I'll show you a bit more. In order to show you, I actually have to kind of bend my knees in a bit of a weird way. I actually double dipped with this top because it's made from linomukakal using loads of leftovers, and I made it for my daughter, but it also fits me, so it was a magic 3-mile project actually, and I managed to complete it within the knit along time. So I will share a picture of all 3 items that I finished last year, just to give you a bit of a glimpse. So you see, you can do all sorts of things. There's leftover projects. You can use other yarns, like in the Solasta I used the Angora 2, which is like a mohair yarn. It hasn't got anything to do with Angora rabbits. It's silk mohair, so it's the Angora goat that yarn has its namesake from. God, I don't know how to explain it. yeah, so you can mix yarns and do things like that. My little swatch story at the end of this news episode will be also about a mixing project where I use linomukakal and another yarn. And I'm very excited that we've had quite a few comments and a few ideas already, and I always find it super inspiring. I'm kind of narrowing down my ideas, but I still haven't decided 100% what I'm knitting or what I'm not knitting, I think, in my case, because I'm currently buzzing with ideas. Oh yeah, so I knit the Parachute Tee by Stephen West in a shrunk size, so I cast on much less stitches to make it a child size, and I kind of stopped the increases at a certain length. It's a really fun pattern that's very playful and great for leftover yarns, definitely great for leftover linomukakal yarns, and it was so much fun to make. So I have a couple of things that I wanted to announce that will be happening over in the Patreon. As you might be able to tell if you're one of my Patreon supporters, I'm wearing the shirt that I'm currently mending, and this was the latest vlog I shared about that woven mend, and that's a film that's currently there. So I always have a project-based vlog, which is kind of a short medley, and I'm starting to get more into filming myself whilst doing it, so that you might be able to follow up later on. So watch the space for more of that. The project vlog this time, I will be filming how I'm knitting hopefully the second sleeve of my soiree sweater. I have it here to show you. This has been a long time project, and so this is the soiree sweater, a pattern by Emily Foden from her book Knits About Winter, and I used this really nice blue woolly yarn that I bought in Edinburgh. It's an indigo dyed, and by the company Shillisdare. They're based on the Isle of Skye. Look it up. So really north in the UK, in Scotland, and I really love this project. It's got cables running on the shoulders and underneath here. And in the soiree sweater pattern, this was one of the more difficult things to work out, how to get this kind of waffly shape. So I thought I'd film myself knitting it just as a little glimpse and sort of following that project. And the other vlog is going to be a week with Mimi. I'm going to start filming tomorrow, so I'm excited to bring that back, and that you will have a whole week all condensed into like half an hour vlog coming, I guess, at the beginning of June, because next weekend is already the last weekend this month. So we'll definitely be hosting a knit night, which will be virtual, so watch out for the poll over on Patreon, where you can vote what time or day suits you on that weekend. I'm keeping it to weekends because I'm so busy working during the week and also a bit tired most of the evenings, so it makes more sense to keep it to the weekend. However, we all input on what time and what day that shall be, and I hope this time we're making it a bit more Australia friendly. Let's see if we can find a time where even Australia, or kind of the southern hemisphere, has got time to join, because often it's in the evenings here in Europe, and that's so early in the morning in across Australia that yeah, we've had difficulties. I will also share a zine now And I have to apologize because I still haven't printed zine number 9. However, I'm already slowly working on zine number 10 now. I think for me somehow working on the new zine is gonna hopefully inspire and kind of bring out zine number 9, which just needs kind of a tech edit, and I need to sort out the centerfold, and I need to arrange the kind of the order of the pages, and then I can go to print. So it's basically an office day. It's just asking me to sit down at the computer for half a day and then, you know, go to the printer. So I'm still excited about that because I think I've turned it around to be kind of themed and fun, and it'll be great to put that into print, as well as the upcoming zine, which I will focus on Berlin. It'll be kind of like a Berlin Yarnchix zine, where there's lots of kind of ideas of what you could do and where you could go, and maybe tickling a bit of that hope to be here or potential to be here, but also supporting my local friends and maybe finding things to do, or, you know, there's little corners of the city that I find special. So I thought I'll do that this time around, and I'll include a little self-interview about how I'm running these knit nights. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of feedback on how this year has been, being stuck inside in Berlin, but really actually quite privileged to have this home. And for the blog, I've actually I'm bringing back last summer's series of garden visits. So I have been to some local to me gardens and a flower farm, and I can't wait to share these blog posts where I'm basically kind of sharing images and some text and stories about these places or things that connect me to them. And I will be running the series throughout summer, and I'm very excited to write more about that, as well as the new topic, which is kind of knitters' habits. I've already written a blog post about knitting things twice, because I do knit things often. I knit a pattern at least a second time. And I think that's quite a special, I don't know, thing we knitters do, that we zone into a pattern and then potentially don't want to zone out of it. We want to carry on working on that. So I'm gonna use a new topic, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of time, a lot of chance for you to also input. So whenever I share any of these posts, please comment if you have any questions or an idea what I could blog about. Okay, you just spotted the bag again, so potentially that's why you're here. And I'm gonna draw a winner using my iPad. I've prepared it all here. I've checked how many comments there were before I started recording this episode, and at first I got really excited because I was like, oh, there's 36 comments. But that's just because I answer everyone. I'm sorry. Well, I just thought it was so nice you had all, you know, you'd all reached out and you were commenting and caring about what I'd podcasted about, and I usually, you know, reply, and so I've done that a bit early on. It's actually 19 entries we have. That's still a lot, and I wish everyone the best of luck. And I hope you'll all join linomukakal no matter what, whether you win this amazing bag with the beautiful linen flower pin, plus the Rimimuta cardigan design by Julia, who is Fräulein Stettich, or I think JEXE on Ravelry, and Ruta from Wollen, who sponsored the bag and the pin, has generously also sponsored enough yarn to knit the lino muka cardigan Rimimuta. So it's a cardigan knit holding 2 strands. So it's gonna be 8 to maybe potentially 10 skeins of linomukakal, and you get to choose your color, and please check the online shop to find out the availability. Also, quickly go over there because this weekend there is a special code for all the linen knitters who are joining Linomukakal knit along, as well as those knitting the spinel, which is a shawl that Chris Berlin released, I think, yesterday. That also uses linomukakal and mohair thread. So if you add Spinel Love, when you check out your linomukakal purchases, you should have 15% off. So that is good for us, I suppose. So please go make use of that. And let's see, out of the 19 entries, let's check. So I've got it, I've put it in 1 to 19. I'm going to press generate. It's number 14. And let's check who that is. So I have to count from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's Christina Zakaria. You have won. So I'm very excited. You will be sent out. Just get in touch with me. And then I can send you the bag, the pin, and we can communicate about what yarn color you would choose. And yeah, we will just have to get in touch about it. So I'm very happy that I get to send out this prize and that we're starting the knit along. And apologies to anyone who was like hoping to win. I wish I could have had you all win something, but I'm sure there will be more chances to win stuff because there's definitely always a prize at the very end of the knit along. And if you're clever like me and you kind of double dip, then you have a chance to win a lot of goodies at the end of Magic 3 Mile even. So just, you know, just please join and knit along. It'll be super fun. I'm very excited to get going with the summer knitting. I haven't cast on, like I said, but I've got a swatch and I'm going to come nearer to show you that. Swatch I've actually started for the Linomukakal knit along, so I thought I'd tell you a little swatch story towards the end of this Yarnchix news, because this yarn actually is my oldest stash. I got it from a friend that I'm also reconnected with recently and who's asked me for knitting advice, and it's just so kind of her that way back when she shared all these precious yarns with me when she said she wasn't going to knit with it and she wanted someone to make something with it, and then I've spent, you know, I think 5 years just having it in a box, not really knowing what I wanted to do with it. And then oh yeah, okay, so this is a mohair silk blend from a Danish company called Mohair de Canard or Canard. It is a really nice chocolatey brown, but it has this kind of bluish But there's a shade in there that I really wanted to pick up, and I was so excited when I found that this linomukakal, which is the chocolate colorway, is actually a perfect fit to kind of enhance this reddish brown or bluish brown. I don't know how to describe it. It's got kind of like a purple energy. I have it in here. I had like little leftovers and knitted it in these stripes. And I kind of forgot about that shade, and I just took the skein to the shop and was like, I'm holding it next to all the shelves looking at brown yarns. And to be honest, there's actually quite a lot of browns, and shade wise nothing really worked for this. I was looking at wool, I was looking at mohairs, and I was so excited when I found that actually it's the linomukakal that works. So I'm using a really ancient, like vintage stash, like a really good deep stash that is happy to be used with the linomukakal together, held double. And in the swatch you've got these strands at the back because I will be knitting in the round, so I did that so that I would knit the swatch in the round as well. So I've kind of just kept the loop whenever it would have been me having to knit like a return row, or I don't know how you say. In German we say Rückrunde, but in English I don't really know you always say the wrong side, but no side is really wrong, so I never really get that part. But yeah, anyway, I have these bits of yarn there, and you could like cut them and tie them, but I'm a bit worried I would run out of yarn, so I'm kind of keeping it this way, and I can still measure because I've cast on an excessive amount of stitches for the swatch. And should I need it, I can frog my swatch and then use it. Actually, this swatch is in two needle sizes, the 3.75 millimeters and then the 4.5 millimeters, because I realized I should have cast on with a 4 millimeter, and because the pattern is written for a 4.5 millimeter needle, I should have kind of not use such a small needle, but it kind of automatically I grabbed that one, and it turns out that that is actually what I've got gauge with. And I do like this texture as well. The linomukakal will sturdify or kind of strengthen the mohair silk mix, which is a bit floppy and drapey, so it'll give it nice structure, and I really want the pattern, the kind of stitches to pop, and I think they will. This is going to be a slip over by Anna Wenzel. It's called the, oh my god, what's it called? This will become the slanting slip over by Anna Wenzel, and I'm super excited to knit this Danish designer's work because the yarn is Danish, and actually my friend is married to well, they're both our friends, but she's married to a Dane, so like the Danish thing is in this family, and I'm gonna knit it and see. Maybe I'll keep it, maybe I'll return it, I'm not sure yet, but I'm really excited to be knitting the slanting slip over. I'm gonna add a little picture here for reference. I've chosen to knit a top, and I'll definitely be knitting the Rimimuta, but I'm waiting for the mohair to come through for that. I'm using more of the dark marine blue to knit my Rimimuta cardigan from, and I'm going to use the mohair because I want to knit the cardigan in the round and then stick, so the mohair will help me for it to get sticky. But I will share that that swatch story in another podcast. For now, I thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to be on here with a proper podcast definitely early on in June. I realized that it was pointless to try and record another full podcast episode at the end of this month, and I would have just pressured myself into finishing the soiree sweater to have something to show and all of this. I thought the little Yarnchix news episode is much better. and you will definitely, hopefully, see me off Sleeve Island for episode 48. And there will be more Magic 3 Mile input and more Linomuka input in that one. Most definitely I will have cast on my Linomuka knit along item. So thank you so much for joining me. If you've still got a couple more minutes, I'm gonna fade out filming myself knitting the first sleeve of my soiree sweater in this beautiful Chillasdeer, paired with mohair by Filcolana called Tilia, which we also sell at One. And yeah, I'm gonna knit my Blue Dream and the first sleeve, and yeah, maybe comment with what you're knitting. I congratulate Christina, and I hope you're all ready to get going on Tuesday. Thank you so much, and all the best.